sorting and how to split your columns out into two different columns based on the information. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can do that. This spreadsheet that I have here is just an example of a parent communication log. It started with a Google form where you filled out the parent communication, and then I got the data. And so that's just where the data came from. I'm hoping with everything in this class that you're going to be able to utilize the skills that we talk about with information that you have for your classroom. I don't want you to be creating things that are fake or not necessary. I want you to be using these things or testing these things out with stuff that you actually have. So hopefully you can do that here later with your projects. But we're going to talk about sorting, how easy it is to sort our data. And so if I look at column D and I want to sort by column D, I can just go up to the top of column D and hit that drop down and then go to sort A through Z. So that's how easy it is to sort here. Then I can come over here and go to the action taken, like what I did. Let's see, maybe I just want to know if I've been emailing more or calling more. So then I can go to column G and then just sort by column G. And so it moves the information, all the stuff in a row is hooked together, and it moves it with its person. So that doesn't just sort the information in G, it moves everything around. So that's a good piece of information to know. One thing that I want to show you how to do that I utilize all the time, and not everybody knows how to do, is it's very frustrating when you collect information from people and the first and last name are together, because you usually want to sort by the last name. And if I sort this column D again, it is going to be sorted by first name. It's always the first letter in the cell. And that's not how your grade book is. That's not how a lot of things are with your students. So let me show you how you can split this very, very easily in Google Sheets. We need to add an additional column. So I'm just going to right click on E and add a column to the left. I would tell you here, if you have a lot of data where you have lots of names, sometimes I do information with their entire high school class list, I will add another column just for safety, because sometimes you get those kids that have like two first names, or their middle name's part of their first name, or their last name is like Van and then Miller, something where it's split. And so having an extra column can help you not overlap the next information when you do this split. So just something to think about. If you have a lot of information, I would add a second or a third column just for safety. But we're going to highlight the column D here and then go up to data and then split text to columns. It's really this easy. It's just you got to go to know the menu to go to. Split text to columns. And then nothing happens because it's going to ask us a question down here at the bottom. It wants to know how you want to split them. If there was a comma in there, I bet you it would probably automatically detect that and split it for you already. But because we're going to split it off of space, we have to tell Google Sheets that we want to split our words, our first and last name, off of space. And then it's automatically going to sort that for us. That's how awesome this is. And then this is now first name, and this is last name. And so we have made that split, and now we can sort by last name. So we go to column E, go right here, and then sort A through Z by last name. So we have, all of that figured out here, and it gives us all of that information so much nicer, and we have that split. So that's a really awesome thing to be able to do. Now I want to show you how to put it back if you needed to do that for something else, or if you need to combine data, which I'm going to have you do here later, how easy it is to combine two cells worth of data into one. So I'm going to right click and add a new column here. So this is my new column. And in this cell, this F cell, I want to combine that Katie Brown back together. And so this is a way that you can do that without having to do a function. You can just do it with the formula that I'm going to show you how to do. So I'm going to do the equal sign to show I'm going to start doing a formula. And I want to click on cell D2 because that's where that first name is. So I'm going to click that. It's going to reference D2. And then now I need to tell Google Sheets that I'm going to add to that. So I'm going to do the and sign. So Shift 7 to get my and sign. And then between the first and last name, I want a space. And when I'm going to do that, I have to put quotes around my space. So I have to do quote mark, space, quote mark, because that's what my space is in between. And then I need to hook it to something else. So I'm going to do another and sign. And then I'm going to click on my last name. And so I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this for you. You might lose me for a second, but that's that formula. And this is something that I hope you can remember is possible how to do. And if you ever needed to Google search, you could easily find that formula where you're equaling the cell that you want, the and sign, quotes around the space, and then an and sign to add that next cell. I'm going to hit return here. And then it can automatically fill down if I hit this check mark right here. and it does all that for all of our pieces of information. I think those are a lot of different reasons or ways that you could use this if you ever needed to add like the first name plus their, I don't know, their lunch option, or if you needed to combine two pieces of information from testing, that might be something that you might utilize and how to do. So that's just some quick tips on sorting and splitting and combining some pieces of information together.